Hey guys, I'm Anika and we're at Burgenland today and we are with Simon from Noita, which is a Finnish winery. I know, Finland, really exciting. You must be thinking, how? There's no grapes in Finland. No, there aren't, so Simon is getting them from Burgenland in Austria. How do you do that? What is this?
Yeah, so we're basically an urban winery. That separates the viticulture from the vinification, and essentially we purchase grapes from a trusted grower and then make the wines in our winery. It's much more common concept. Australia, the US, Japan, grapes travel quite far distances.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's not very many who are doing it, making natural wine that way, because grapes are quite vulnerable. But the way we do it is we hand harvest organic grapes. We make sure a cold truck is completely full in a 24-hour period, and then we set off to Finland. The grapes take under 48 hours to arrive. And they arrive at between 2 and 4 degrees temperature, so there's no bad kind of aromas, no kind of volatile acidity, or no deterioration of the grapes at all, really. That's how we do it, anyway.
Great.
Yeah.
And an urban winery, so because you are getting the grapes in,
yeah.
I'm sure you must have some people trying to argue that maybe it's not the most sustainable way of making especially natural wine, where people are very conscious about sustainability.
Absolutely.
What do you do to kind of counteract those problems?
Yeah, I mean, it's a conversation we have a lot. It brings the question up quite often. So the whole reason we started the project in the beginning, all wine in Finland is imported. We don't have grapes, and people are importing the heavy glass and grapes in boxes, importing them to Finland. I like to describe it in a very unromantic sense. Basically, we import a bulk ingredient, process, package and distribute locally. 60% of our wine ends up within an hour of the winery. The Finnish monopoly is our biggest customer.
Yeah.
The restaurant in the village in the spring to early winter is very, very busy. The 2 biggest cities, or 3 biggest cities, are about an hour away from the winery, so we're really perfectly situated. We're a big tourist town. So basically, actually, if you're in Finland, Noita wine is some of the greenest wine you can drink. It's very very beneficial to the environment to do it that way. Obviously, we do export as well, but as far as if you look at some wineries, the percentage of what they actually export, it can be as high as 95%. And we export about 40 to 50%, depending on the year and depending on the corona situation with the restaurants. So that varies quite often. Another thing we're doing, our production facility in Fiska's village, very picturesque little village. It's an old knife factory which we've renovated. We have a winery, a brewery and a distillery all in the same area. So when we get the grapes in, we don't waste an ounce of flavour. We make the wine first, then we take the skins, use them to season beers. We make spritzers with the skins. Then we collect the skins again, distill them, and make like a pomace brandy, which we're probably about to release next year. Actually, we have our 19 pomace brandy aging in Oloroso barrels, which is really, really nice. So we're negative waste. Even when we dig out the still with the grape skins, that goes to make biogas. And this year we're installing solar panels. There's a small local hydroelectricity plant which is independently run by some of the villagers who are kind of retired engineers. So they're supplying a lot of our energy as well, and we hope to be fully renewable energy based by 2023, and that's all the companies in the same building. So
pretty impressive.
We think about it a lot. It's a question that comes up a lot as well. So.
I would say that's probably more green than a lot of other wineries, then, no? Because you're really trying to.
Yes, I mean, there's no getting away from the fact that we do transport the grapes and the transportation of grapes, but I think people will be surprised about the actual numbers and the carbon emissions. We're having a full independent audit done on our practices starting in January. So we'll have actual official figures, and I guarantee people will be surprised by our carbon footprint. But there's other ways as well. We're doing a lot of wine in keg. Our own restaurant, most of our wines are on key keg. Every time you put wine in a key keg, you save 13 glass bottles, which is around about 14 kilos minimum of weight. So we're starting to put wine and our spirits into can, which are endlessly recyclable, and cutting down on glass again. So we do think about this a lot. It's our main focus. So.
It's definitely very clear that that's a focus for you. That's really great to hear but it's great to hear all the things you're doing. What have you got there?
This is our Nouveau 21. So first release from the 21 vintage. Carbonic maceration of 3 varieties. We have, every year we do the same split of Blaufränkisch, Zweigelt and Pinot Noir. So same method as we did the collaboration with you guys last year.
Which we loved.
Yeah, and I think, funny enough, our Nouveaux have been aging really, really well. So
I have to say, our one from last year is still very, very good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it recently as well. So.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Simon. We are big fans of Noita wines. Even though, fun fact, you're not allowed to call them wines, are you?
No, but we have a very catchy name. It's a low alcoholic beverage produced by the fermentation of grapes. So, I mean, who needs the term wine? No.
Okay. And you're not allowed to call it that because Finland is not a wine growing
Finland's
country,
not registered as a wine producer, so we are a product of Finland. But we're allowed to say winery. We're allowed to use the grape varieties. It's just, we exist eternally in loopholes.
Well, we're big fans of your low alcohol beverages made from fermented grape juice.
Great, and nothing else.
And nothing else. We love Noita. We hope you do too. And thank you, Simon. Thank you very much.
Great. Cheers. Thanks.